Hi, and welcome to this special interview with the Canadian Donation and Transplantation Research Program, the CDTRP. My name is Stephanie, and I'm the CDTRP Communications and Events Manager. It is my pleasure to meet today with Jennen Johnson as part of the 2024 Black History Month. Jennen is a living donor kidney transplant recipient and spends her free time volunteering at the Center for Living Organ Donation at the University Health Network, UHN, in Toronto. Among these projects, she is a member of the ACB Organ Health YouTube Channel Advisory Committee, who was launched in September 2021 by a team of researchers and patient partners at UHN. This YouTube channel is dedicated to sharing experiences and knowledge of transplantation and living donation for the African, Caribbean, and Black patients, caregivers, clinicians, and the whole community. Jennen is also the host of the Green Table Talk, a show on the ACB Organ Health dedicated to open discussions about transplant, organ donation, health and wellness, and much more. Hi, Jennen. Thank you for taking the time to speak with me today.
Hi, Stephanie. Thank you for inviting me. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. So can you start us off with some personal background and how you got implicated in research?
Of course. My name, as you said, is Jennen Johnson, pronounced Janine or Jennen, so it's okay. Just put that out there. I am a mom of an amazing 18-year-old daughter. I'm a wife of 15 years this July, and I love life. I can't complain. Everything is going extremely well for me. But about 6 years ago, I did have health issues. And so many years back in my 20s, I was diagnosed with lupus, and it's an autoimmune disease. And unfortunately, with lupus, it turns against your immune system. It just ravages you on the inside. And so, unfortunately, not only did it turn against my immune system, but lupus also turned against my kidneys. And so, at that point, I was told that I would need a kidney transplant sometime in my future. So let's fast forward through my 20s and into my 30s. Here I am at that point in time, looking at the fact that I need a kidney transplant. And so I received a kidney transplant from an amazing young woman. Her name is Christy Nolan. And she came forth and she volunteered, someone that I don't know, by the way. At that time, I didn't know her. And she came forth and she donated her kidney to me March 27th, 2018. And since then, everything has been amazing. My health has been great. I've been able to do more things with my family and my daughter. And that is just me in a nutshell. Since then, I've been advocating for transplantation and advocating for those to get tested to donate and try to educate and help in the ACB community and spread the word, try to get rid of any type of myths and try to educate and help teach people that, donation is something that can definitely be done. And it's not as scary as we think it is. It's something that you and I and anyone can willingly do. It's something that could actually help save someone's life. So in a nutshell, that's me.
Thank you, Janine. Can you can you talk a bit more about the ACB Organ Health YouTube Channel Advisory Committee? What is your role in this, and what has the group achieved so far?
So the ACB Advisory Committee comprises of a group of amazing volunteers. We don't really have roles per se. We just take whatever knowledge and talent and we just bring it to the table. We take this and we try to build and try to educate and figure out ways where we can spread the word about education and try to bring knowledge to everyone. So not necessarily a role per se. Like for myself, for example, I came in, someone reached out to me about joining the committee, and I was more than willing to do so. And I came with, curiosity, what this committee is about and what I can do for this committee. And in the end, they decided to come up with a show called the Green Table Talk, and I volunteered to be the host of the show. Never did hosting before in my life. I've never done it, but I do talk a lot. That's one thing that I figured would be an asset for this, for this show. But besides that, I've never done any type of, hosting of a show. But I thought, you know what, throw my hat in the ring, give it a shot. How hard can it really be, right? If you watch the show, you see that I do a lot of crying sometimes because the stories that that we come across, it brings you to tears. So that is something that we do. We also have another gentleman on the show, or on the channel, in the committee. His name is Chris. He's a content creator. He's also the person that helps edit the Green Table Talk. He came into the group, with this ability to help edit our show and help put things together. And so that's what he does. But in terms of a title, we don't really have titles. We're just a group of volunteers that's trying to educate and just bring awareness to the ACB community and anyone really. Let's just say you have a friend who, you just found out that they're going through a transplant shortly and you want to know how you can be there for them and what you can do for them. You could turn to this channel and that could help education in that area as well. So that's what we do. We try to educate, spread knowledge, and have fun doing it. So that's what we do with this committee.
Great. And let me say you're doing a great job on the Green Table Talk.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
We talk a lot about disparities and inequities towards the ACB communities in organ donation and transplantation. From your perspective, what are some of the key factors contributing to the disparities in organ donation and transplantation outcomes for these communities?
That's a very good question, Stephanie. I feel that lack of education is the big key, from both the medical side and the patient side. What do I mean by that? So in terms of the patient side, there's, first of all, from the ACB community, there's a lot of fear. And so lack of education and fear equals no, I am not going to see a doctor, especially a doctor that doesn't look like me. They would prefer the ACB community, and not everyone in the ACB community, let me just put that out there, but a good portion of the ACB community, and I have some friends myself who's in the exact this particular boat. They're like, no, they could literally be on their last leg. They are not going to a doctor that doesn't look like them because they feel, you know what, they're not going to take care of my needs. They don't understand me. They don't look like me. So they can't help me. And that right there, that's something that needs to be dispelled. That's lack of education, lack of knowledge, and fear. And I get where they're coming from because really the ACB community has been through a lot. And so I understand why they feel this way. But I feel that if we continue to educate, especially through the ACB Organ Health YouTube channel, if we continue to educate and continue to show the ACB community that yes, you can get adequate care, you can get good care from doctors and nurses who do not necessarily look like you, but they're educated and they know how to address your certain situation, I feel that they would be more inclined to go out and get the help that they need. Whether it's something serious like a transplant, for example, they will delay going out and getting, get looked after, even though it's something serious, such as, what they might have some type of blood issue, or if it's a transplant, or something simple as a cold. Like they would just rather just stick it out, stay at home. We believe in our Caribbean remedies. So that would be just stay home, make some tea. We believe tea can fix everything, right? So make some tea, garlic, ginger, what have you, a little bit of honey, it'll fix everything. But unfortunately, that does not fix everything. It does not fix, the fact that you need a transplant. It doesn't. And I was told that, by the way, in the beginning. I was educated. I was told by many people in the community, in the AZP community, it's okay. You don't want to get a transplant. They might give you a kidney from a white person and it won't work for you because, the kidney from the white person won't work in the Black person and all this stuff. Just drink some tea. It'll fix the problems, right? But that is not the case. So education is key there. I also mentioned lack of education on the medical side. And unfortunately, once again, the reason why there's such fear in the ACB community is because they've heard stories and we've heard stories and we've seen situations where the medical field, they would look past someone in the ACB committee or community, and let's just say a kidney, they would pass over someone who's Black and give this kidney to a white person or give this kidney to someone else who is not of the ACB community because they feel, oh, well, that person, Mr. Smith, the gentleman, the ACB, gentleman, isn't sick enough. He's not sick enough, so he could wait for the next kidney that comes around. We're going to take this kidney and give it to Mr. Robinson, who happens to be someone that's not of the ACB community. So right there, that's not instilling trust in the ACB community. Right there, the ACB community feels that they won't be taken care of if the medical professionals realize that this person is sick, they need the transplant, and go ahead and provide this transplant for them. That helps instill, security, and helps the ACB community feel safe with them. But the more they keep hearing these stories about, us being, passed over and us not being addressed the way we should be addressed, it's the more it's we'll never get anywhere. We won't get anywhere. So I feel education from both sides will then eliminate the fear, and I think that would help the situation prosper in the end.
And are there any initiatives or programs implemented by the ACB Organ Health to raise awareness and address these inequities in research?
Yes. So what we try to do, as I said, we try to educate, and one of the things we do is focus on healthcare. So you will find, for example, within the Green Table Talk, there's an episode where I spoke to a chef. Her name is Chef Amanda, and she's an amazing chef. And she took the time to educate and show within that episode how we can cook healthier. Unfortunately, the ACB community has a tendency of cooking with a lot of salt and a lot of things that we shouldn't cook with. But she showed us that, you can make great Caribbean dishes and it will taste great. The food looks amazing and it's filling. And the only thing that it's missing is the extra salt, or missing, seasoning that has MSG in it. It's missing, you know what I mean? So she shows us the way to cook healthier, but still enjoy our Caribbean dishes the way we've always enjoyed our Caribbean dishes. We have an episode coming up with a dermatologist, and she's there to educate the ACB community on the changes of our skin. So after transplant, your skin changes. You might see something on there. Wait a second, this wasn't there before. Is this a mole? What is this? Why is this, kind of like a white colored mole? What does this mean? Should I be concerned? Is this cancer? What should I do? So she will then educate and let us know, what, it's this, it's that, it's something that you shouldn't be concerned about. She'll let you know what, yes, this is something that you should go to your doctor about. So she's there to help provide education to anyone that's watching the episode. We also have peer support groups, and we're also working on a symposium taking place this fall, where we'll have performances and educators, and that's going to be amazing. I don't want to talk too much about it, but that is going to be amazing. That's something to definitely, keep an eye open for, because that is going to be very, very good.
This is amazing. All of those initiatives. This is great. And
Yes,
I believe the take home message is education, right?
definitely, definitely, 100%.
And do you have any final word for our listeners for this episode?
Yes, the fact that they're here listening, which thank you very much for listening, it shows that you want to learn and you want to be educated, and that's the key throughout this whole episode. Education is key, and continue to educate, continue to learn, expand your knowledge, share your knowledge. And I feel that would help make everything a lot better for everyone, not only for yourself, not only for your family, but it's just education is key. And if you know someone who is thinking about, going into transplantation, if you know someone that's thinking about being a donor, help them, educate them, help them realize that, if they're hesitant or if there's fear, help them realize that, what, let's look into this together, be there for them, be that support system, because in the end, their decision can actually help save someone's life. And so thank you very much for listening to this episode. And continue to do well, and wishing everybody the best.
Thank you so, so much, Janine, for your time and those very good advices.
Thank you.
I will make sure to post the link to the ACB Organ Health website and social media handles, and also to the Green Table Talk. Please make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to not miss any special features like this one. You can also visit our website at cdtrp.ca to learn more on the Canadian Donation and Transplantation Research Program. Thank you.
Thank you, Stephanie.